Hello and welcome back, Josh, Sam, and anyone else who's watching to Lviv and Let Die. It's a brand new day. We're going to go play Nacional de Madeira in the Europa League. Lviv and Let Die. So let's do it. 2 games today, both of them against Nacional. We have yet to sell anyone super... Well, we've yet to sign anyone super big. Actually, you know what? I think that's all lies. Let's just have a look at our transfers. We have sold players, we have bought players, and the players that we have sold, Orpad Horvat has gone out on loan again to Belarus. Then the big one, Nahuel Fuentes, would not sign a new contract. I had only apparently signed him on a 2-year deal, which was a mistake. Anyway, he has been bought by Banfield for 2.1 million because I didn't want to lose him on a free because he would have refused to sign a new contract with us. So he's already left, which maybe is a stupid move. Maybe I should have just... But anyway, we also sold Thomas Pamperla for £1.4 million to Slovan Liberec, which is a nice bit of moneyballing. And we signed Alexei Yushkov. Oh, sorry, we sold Alexei Yushkov, our young Ukrainian winger who played so well in the Cup last season, off to Amkar. We signed him from Lviv. He didn't really play very much for us in the first team, but he did spend some good time in the second team. He didn't come on as much as maybe I would have hoped he would have done, but I mean, again, he's not even that good. I think I only signed him because I wanted a Ukrainian youngster, and we've made some money out of him, so that's fine. He also helped win us a cup, possibly even 2, I'm not sure. So yeah, adieu to Alexei. And then players that we've bought, that would be Eddie Chang in for £2.1 million. He's really good and has in fact upset Nikolov, who wants to leave. But now that we have Eddie Chang, we don't need Nikolov. So we'll see what happens there. I'm just going to train him on his tackling. Then we signed Blas Gonzalez for £1.5 million. He's a right back as well, but he's in the under-21s for a while. He is working on his quickness because he's a bit slow. But he'll be good. He'll definitely be playing for us soon. Speaking of, there's Gerardo Laspada, who came in for £800,000, £850,000. He's in the first team squad, and he is going to be playing as a kind of like rotation player as well. Good looking player, like him. I think he's working. He must be working on his speed or his composure. Yep, because his composure is 8. So yes, and then there was a couple of players who would have gone straight into the youth team. Adnan Brincevic. He's in the youth team. He's pretty good, and he's getting better very much quickly. He's working on his tackling as well. He's a central defender, and he'll probably develop into a first-team player eventually. In for 60k, not bad. Then there's the player that I mentioned before, Charis Panagiotou. He's really good. He will be in the first team. He's only managed to play 1 game because he signed slightly injured. But yeah, he's here, and he's here for actually a long time, so we spent some money on a player, but he's actually coming in for a while, which is nice. And then there is also Juan Pablo Quiroga, who is also a defender. He's coming from Argentina, from Vélez. He's looking really good. He's only 18. He's working currently on his strength because he's a little bit weak. But yeah, overall, another good player. If we don't make him into a first-team player, he'll definitely be he'll definitely end up being a player that we can make some money on. So that's good. Now, speaking of money, let's go earn some whilst we play Nacional de Madeira. We haven't played them for a couple of years. I think we had them in the group stages of the Champions League in our first ever run in the Champions League competition. Whoops. You can get back in the pitch. Yeah, so it's been a while since we played them. We did beat them comfortably over... Was it over 2 legs? I can't remember, to be perfectly honest. But anyway, we did well against them, and I'm hoping that we can do the same again today. We're going to bring in Twumasi. We're going to have Nikolov on the bench because he's upset. And also no one wants to buy him, which is one of those annoying things. Like, he's really good, but no one wants to buy him. So, riddle me that. Golovchenko. I think we'll leave Gogua to play, to come on. We'll have Borovkov on the bench. And we will also have Handanovic on the bench. But we're going to leave the team otherwise as it is. We'll have to give some numbers out. So Eddie Chang... he can have number 18. Chris Charis can have that one. And Lesko is a player. Oh, did I leave? I think I might have left Lesko in the midfield. So basically, with Fuentes leaving, we've had to find a replacement from within the team. to take that midfield spot. So I've brought up Marek Lesko from the youth side, and also a guy called Ronnie Vera. He's not on the squad because when I actually had selected my Europa League squad before I knew that we had lost Fuentes. So Ronnie Vera for the league games will be sort of circulating around as well as Carvalho in that central midfield spot. All three central midfielders we have now are about the same, but Lesko, the guy who's currently playing there, number 22, has quite a lot of potential, and a lot of big clubs keep trying to buy him and have done for the last year or two. Similar with Ronnie Vera, Carvalho is less popular with the foreign clubs, but nevertheless, there are three players there who could, and they're all like 18, 19, so we could end up developing our own good midfielder and not have to spend 5 or 6 million on him like we did with Fuentes. But it's fine. We don't mind. We sometimes you have to spend some money just to tip yourself over that edge, and Fuentes did do some good things for the team. Lesko hits the ball wide, unfortunate. We're playing away from home first. Actually, maybe it would have been smart to play Gogwa in this one. Lungo, who the hell's Lungo? Anyway, Rosic is through. Rosic, oh, you madman. He's had a fairly good mid-season break. We only played 3 friendlies. And he got a couple of goals, particularly against, was it Dynamo Kiev? He played and scored 2 in. We were fairly comfortable in those games. We just need to play somebody to keep the fitness up. It's not really about challenging the team. But at the same time, if we play really weak teams, it's no fun and no good and no real point to it. So I play just teams from the same league whilst we can. When we were Śląsk boss, we ended up regularly playing like Romanian and Czech teams, I'm pretty sure, and Bulgarian teams and whatever in our pre-season friendlies and mid-season friendlies. At the moment, that's not financially viable for us to do so, but maybe it will be in the future. Van Gaal to Chang to Lesko. Oh, Lesko has his shot saved by Stanic. Well held. I'm trying to find a way of sitting comfortably here that doesn't require just sitting straight up because I have terrible posture. And what I like as well is to have unlistenable noises in my recordings. So let's carry on. Anicic with the goal kick. Eddie Chang gets the ball. Lesko to Van Gaal. Van Gaal goes around his man. He does, but wasn't able to get the ball in quite quickly enough. Golovchenko shots, but Sloboda, despite the fact that the ball was going well wide, heads back into the midfield. And now they have sprung an attack. And they just about managed to clear. Oh, I say they. I mean we just about managed to clear. Now we've got to throw. It's been fairly even. We've had some chances. Lesko, unfortunately, a lot of them have fallen to. He's not played very much senior football. Although, I mean, he will have had a sensational run in the youth team. Our youth team has been utterly dominant. They've scored 200 or 300 goals in the last 2 or 3 seasons. So it's they're a pretty good side because everyone else is pretty rubbish. Koulibaly really has lost some belief. I don't know where he did, where that went. But he's only scored the 1 goal. I think it was caught on camera as well in the last few games. He scored once or twice in mid-season, but nowhere near as kind of Anicic makes a save, but Ioanu manages to get in there and tap home ahead of Golovchenko. That's a shame. But that said, an away goal here wouldn't do us. Would set us up nicely. We're away, so any goals that we score obviously count slightly more. Well, that's a fun few minutes there in the Udinese-Lorient game. Rosic now. Can he help drive us forward? Van Gaal, no. Chang loses out to Natale. Altair, Anicic makes a good save. Juric clears. Carvalho has it. Now then, Carvalho again to Helton. Altair again tackled and forced backwards. Ricardinho. I wonder how many of these players played in the last game. I do not remember. Nice clearance from Big George and Mick, but they are still on the ball. They've got their tails up now that they've scored. Silipo, Helton, Rosic now with the chance to build something for us. Van Gaal, Chang. Van Gaal to Chango. Oh, Van Gaal. It's okay. If we can keep the ball, if we can keep the score down to 1 for now, and if we could just nick a goal, that'd be so good. Rosic to Golovchenko to Lesko. Koulibaly, Lesko again. Lesko hits it. but it was well wide and high. And there's the police coming for me because we have been the subject of a robbery in this game so far. I'm not happy. Can't tell them there's more to come. Lesko has been booked. For some reason, Rosic is playing nervously. I see Koulibaly's also taken a bit of a knock. He's only on 68% fitness. Carvalho, he's injured someone else. That's nice to see. Natale. Big ball over to... Oh, Laban. For God's sake. Right, we're bringing on Handanovic, and I think Laban's about to be sent off. No, he only got a yellow. Yeah, that's good. That's lucky. Ioanu hits the ball straight into the wall. We're going to take off Koulibaly. He can't buy a goal at the moment, which is a shame. Ioanu puts the ball in. Figueira. Oh. Well, what the hell was that? Okay. Well, we need to get one now at this stage. I feel like Ioanu puts the ball in. Figueira he hit the bar, and then Sloboda heads down because he jumps above Gonzalez and Chang. Disappointing indeed. Lesko loses out to Golovchenko. Rosic to Handanovic. Handanovic's shot nearly fell for us nicely there, but didn't quite. Rosic to Vangel. Vangel through to Handanovic. Handanovic tackled by Figueira. Labant crosses, but it doesn't even break the first man. Okay, Labant not playing well and pretty tired. Off you come. And we'll bring on Panagiotou. See if he can make a difference on his debut. Gonzalez to Handanovic. Let's go. He's getting himself in good positions, which I suppose is a positive, but unfortunately his finishing is not great. Not that Fuentes' finishing was brilliant, but he did score a few. Like there was one outrageous goal which you wouldn't have seen because it was just hit wide. It was I think in the game before the last video, and he scored from like 40 yards. Rosic, come on mate, stay on the pitch. Thank you. 73 minutes. We've done nothing in this second half. We've done absolutely nothing. They have had the better of a fairly even game. It's not like they're dominating. 12 shots against 8. Natale Anicic saves nicely. We've injured another one. There's their two final substitutions made late on. Natale hits the ball into the box. Big Georgian Mick clears, but only as far as their midfield. Sloboda to Ricardinho, takes a big shot. Big ball up. Rosic now to chase. Sloboda. Oh, Rosic, for God. Rosic shown a yellow card. Silipo. Natale. Sa. Come on. Eddie Chang clears. Tuamasi. Can we get an away goal right at the end? Just nick it. Oh, fuck. Side netting from Gonzalez's head. And we have wildly underwhelmed here. This is very much a disappointment. We could have done so much better than this. What the hell is this? Don't concede a third. Ricardinho to Figueira, up to Stanic, or back to Stanic rather. Tuamasi, what are they doing there? Oh, this is annoying. Okay, all right. Well, we've lost. Unlucky. Away from home, I guess that's kind of to be expected, especially away from home against Nacional. They're a good side, but we did beat them 3-0 away from home a couple of years ago. But whatever. There's a bit of something on my screen. Now it's gone because I tidied it away with my finger. It's just a disgusting sort of sounding sentence, but it's fine. Beitar Jerusalem lost 2-1 to Liverpool there. Schalke drawing 1-1 with Stoya. Oh, come on. I'm in such a bad mood already. The loss of Fuentes. I can't believe I signed him on only a 2-year deal. That's stupid. Such an idiot. I mean, 3,000 people came to see that. And Eddie Chang made an error which allowed them to score their second. Oh, what a load of rubbish! It's fine. We've got more than enough to beat them at our place. I just hope that we can, because the not getting an away goal has irritated me more than anything else. Really, I wouldn't have minded losing 2-1, but an away goal would have helped, because it means that if they score, that we have to get 4. Basically, if they score 1. We have to score 4. Oh, fucking rubbish. Fucking rubbish. It's a load of rubbish. It's a load of rubbish. I'm tired and annoyed. I'm up. I'm awake. Logo still wants his contract terminated. I'm not going to let him have it. I'm not letting you leave, mate. You have to get a transfer fee. You're available on a free transfer anyway for most teams, I think, because I think his contract's up in the summer. So I don't see why he doesn't just sign for someone for then. Sorry, mate, you're not going anywhere. I'm in a mood. I'm in a mood now. I'm in a bad mood because of the football scores. Bad, bad mood. A bad, bad mood. But it's okay, we could still do a double. I mean, I suspect we'll do fine in the Ukrainian Cup, and I suspect we will do okay in the league, what with us being, I think, 12 points clear? And there's only 11 games left. So, yeah. Suspicions of us being fine in those competitions, at least. This is the first season where we've actually had a net transfer spend where we've actually spent more than we've brought in, which is a rarity. It doesn't often happen. I hope you enjoyed my little drumming session there, but I'm genuinely annoyed, and so I can't really think of something to say that doesn't sound whiny and moany. So I'm just going to sit here and sort of be uncomfortable. Eduard Krukovets, he is bad. Could be a whole 1.5 stars. No, then I don't think we will sign you on a permanent deal. You can just let your contract expire and get out. Get out of the bloody club. Go, get out of here. That's what I have to say. It's the way I see it. Friends, Romans, countrymen. Okay. Still miles away. Carvacho, mate. You're pretty good. Alright, you can play in the next game against Madeira if you're actually eligible. You best be good though, young man, because I'm not sure. I didn't mention that Koulibaly was actually injured, so he must have just taken a knock in that game, so he might be fit for the next game, but I think I'm going to drop him in favour of your friend of mine, Handanovic. The aim being to give him a little run in the team now. Oh, my goodness me, my laptop sitting open next to me. I've received an email. An acceptance to a meeting I have arranged for this week. Guys, there's going to be another guy in my meeting. Hope you are as excited as I am as we count down the many, many, many hours between now and the 23rd of February 2068, when we get to welcome Nacional de Madeira back to Lviv Stadium, slightly larger than it was last time they played here. I can only say that I'm riveted by the result of Belkhatov and Gornik Žabž's under-18s, and so glad that the game is choosing to keep me informed. Even more so, Svrdljig against Novi Pazar. That's another result that I was hanging on. So to see a 1-1 draw is really, really good. Aalborg winning against MPs, the Danish parliament team. Obviously changes every 5 years. And average age much higher than usual professional teams, but still they get by. They get by. Oh my God, come on. It's not even in the transfer window anymore. Nothing's going on. Come on. You had to sim a bunch of under 18. Oh, maybe, do you know what? It might be youth intake sometimes in certain places. It does it on different times, doesn't it? Yeah, go on. Whatever. I'm selling him anyway. They think I should drop Milan Juric. I'm not going to do that because I don't have anyone to drop him for. Although next season I will have someone to drop him for, and so therefore then I might drop him. There is still the transfer deadline's still open. Maybe our transfer windows are much longer. Maybe that's why. Because our teams in our league will always be selling and buying those terrible Ukrainian players and a selection of awful foreigners. So they like him. I like him too, but he's not playing in the first team yet. I'm apparently chasing this guy, Navarrete. What is with the left-back position that they think we're bad at? We've got perfectly good left-back. I thought that guy's name was Thirsty, but it's actually Tlusty. Champions League, Zenit versus AC Milan, Bayern versus Real Madrid. Oh, Zenit. The good thing is that Swindon have continued to progress in their Champions League season. Okay, so they're expected to pile on the misery for us. Well, I'm going to be a struggle. No more business. Just to try and... I'm still trying to sell players. Like Nikolov I would like to sell if possible because he got really bitchy. Like he said to me... So we signed Eddie Chang on, the 1st of January or whatever. And he came to me and said... And Nikolov came to me and was like, hey, boss... I hope I'm still in your plans. I don't like all these other players. And I was like, yeah, man, you're my first choice. And he's like, great. And then because we haven't got any games for 2 months, after the end of, like, at the beginning of, or mid-February, he came to me and was like, hey, boss, you haven't played me and you've broken your promise of playing me in all your games, so I want to leave. And I was like, you're a fucking idiot. Oh, Die Bin scored. He put the goal in Die Bin. But yeah, I mean, fucking, what is wrong with this game's logic? Schalke go through on away goals. Oh no, on penalties even. Not bad result for Stoya. Good effort, good try. Caen are also through, beating Ajax. Our salary is now starting to jump up to the level of Metalist. Dynamo Kiev is dropping rapidly. Dnipro also pushing forward. Hopefully we can get... hopefully we can then sustain. I was going to say hopefully we can get up to this level of salary because that will mean that we have a good side. We also have to be able to sustain it. I mean, at the moment we already make quite a large loss on our money, which is why I keep trying to get them to... on our money, on our wages, which I'm trying to get them to increase the stadium to cover that. But obviously... There'll be a limit, especially in this fucking tiny village with its massive 10,000 seater stadium for all 4,000 inhabitants or whatever it is. But yeah, there's limits to how far we can expand there, so I expect they'll need to buy a new ground. And I believe it's hard-coded into the game that you can't build a new ground until 20 years after the last one was built. I think that's true. Or, there's a certain time limit. You can't just keep buying new stadiums constantly. Oh, Bristol Rovers are getting taken over. I noted that Barcelona sacked their coach, or possibly he moved on his own accord. But anyway, Barcelona needed a new coach, and in the press rumours, it was me who was rumoured to be taking over from him, which I thought was fun. Right, let's try and make some difference here. Lesko did fine. Let's take out... Okay, we're going to go Gogua in, Carvacho, well, Lesko didn't play badly. Carvacho can come in instead of Borovkov, Koulibaly on the bench. And let's play Nikolov instead of Chang. He can then give us a chance to prove, or give him a chance to prove to us that he is the preferable option at right back for us. Now let's see what we can do. Uros Handanovic hasn't scored for nearly, for 10 hours of football. We've got to win 2-0 to go into extra time. We've got to win 3-0 to win in normal time. Serbia boss in the stands. That's usually a cue for Rosic to play quite well. Handanovic, 51 seconds in, he's had an absolutely powerful effort. They're playing the same formation. See, a curious thing that the computer very rarely does, they got a good result against us and they are playing the same formation. Usually, like it happened, I can't remember who it was, but we played somebody and they beat us, or they got a good result against us, and then we had to play them in a return game, and they just played a completely different formation, and we absolutely nobbled them in the home game. I think it might have been Nikolov, for God's sake, man. It might have been the Turkish side that we played the year before last, or in qualifying. I can't remember. But it was definitely a European team, and because we don't play two-legged games in domestic football. Gonzalez to Lesko. Lesko. Oh, Vangel. Oh, he was offside though, apparently. Maybe for the... Well, it must have been for the first one, because you can't be offside off your own pass. Stanic. Gogua goes for the free kick, but it's unfortunately over the bar. 21 minutes gone, except for that initial flurry of chances in the beginning. Not much has happened. Maybe Nikolov was our creative outlet and has gone off after 4 minutes, and since then the game has died. Don't know. They've got Hooks, Elton, Natale, Juric to Anicic. I don't know what the expectation is for this competition, actually, because for the Champions League it was only to get into the group, but I feel like this is probably... I mean, this is surely where you would expect us to get to, right? To the first knockout round of the Europa League. I mean, they're obviously slightly disappointed that we got knocked out of the Champions League, but they can just suck my dick. And Nicic just about keeps it out, helped out by the defenders. We are really not doing very much. Tempted to say that the loss of Fuentes is partly behind it. I'm sure it's partly behind it, but it's a big loss. But Vedat Sanbay. 32. Nothing's happening. Come on. Chang with the ball up to Labant, but Gogua manages to... Ioanu gets a warning from the ref. Let's go. Gogua to Labant, to Lesko, to Bulgarian Vangel, to Lesko again. Lesko shoots from long range. Unfortunately, his shot goes well over the bar. What a waste. Come on. Ioanu, again, his shot was terribly, woefully wide and high. Pathetic. Oh, this is rubbish. They have a chance right before half-time. Q Gardens. That's where that shot ended up, because it was well over. What a load of rubbish. Okay, calm. I'm not sure if this is the right way. I feel like their motivation is dropping. Their morale is definitely... I mean, like... Yeah, Christ. Rosic has been booked again. That's 2 games in a row. Nice one. And just literally nothing happening. They've got way more of the ball than us. It doesn't help that whenever our midfielder gets the ball, he just shoots. Anicic with the ball now. Come on, let's build something up. Get on the ball and actually build something. Rosic actually wins the ball. Oh, fuck. Of course, the only time he ever wins the ball is when he's offside. Okay, Lesko's coming off. So is Labant. So is Handanovic. I can't make any more because we've already made an injury sub. Fine. We've been in such good form up until Christmas, and now we've just been in... It started to stutter just before. December wasn't brilliant. Like that turgid 1-0 win over Rangers was pathetic as well. Vangel puts the ball in the middle. Juric puts the ball in the middle. No. Chang. Gonzalez to Carvacho. Carvacho to Gonzalez. Gonzalez. Out to Djuric. Djuric to Twumasi. Twumasi shoots, but Stanic saves. Maybe Twumasi is the answer. Maybe it was Carvaccio coming on. But they've made a substitution now. They're sticking to their same formation, though. Gonzalez to Vangel. Gonzalez again. Rosic has the ball. Rosic! I exercised extreme restraint to not punch the table. Gogua, Big Mick, up to Twumasi, but nobody gets their hand out. Oh, for God's sake, it's like none of them have played together before. Wake up, pay attention, for goodness sake. Twumasi tackles, Handanovic on the ball. Mick, oh, they hit the crossbar. Clears, but only as far as Helton. Hoax. Do something. Big ball through. Anichich gets it. Now go. Give. Speedy. Chang straight back. And big kick up to nobody. Gonzalez has the ball. Handanovic. Carvaccio now. Carvaccio to Vangel. Vangel to Rosic. That's nice. Okay, Rosic. Rosic goes past one, goes past two. And then his shot is so tame. Why? Why would you shoot there? I mean, we've definitely improved since we brought on Carvaccio and Twumasi, but I mean, fucking hell, man. So this is going to give us a bit of extra time added on for the injury to Corradine. Apparently he's allowed to just carry on, doesn't have to come off the pitch. Fine. Come on. Fuck's sake. I mean, this is pathetic. Really, just really bad. Twumasi, come on. What was that? Was that 30-yard pass into the arse of your own player? Fucking hell. Gogua, taken out. Ref. And only 2 minutes added on. Montoya to Ioanu, who hits wide. God! Gonzalez to cover. Oh, you are so poor! Twumasi. Right, well, it's clear that for at least European games, we need a better midfielder. Because I think we've just been so bad at linking things through. Ugh. Who is Carrick? Ah, that classic Northern Irish side with their striker with 9 goals, Kevin Marshall. Who are you? It's done all right for them. Whatever, I don't care. They didn't even want to win the Europa League, so it's fine. It's not even the good one, so it doesn't matter. 4th time in their history we've lost an aggregate. Yeah, pretty much every time, isn't it? And now Nikolov's out for 2 to 3 months. With his broken ankle. Nice one, man. Nice one. Yes, we could be... Yeah, do you think? God's sake. I'm not too upset. Everybody should be proud. I don't want to get myself in trouble. We should be proud. Uros is amazing. Yeah. One result doesn't change my confidence. Right, all that stuff should keep our players in a good mood. Right, now then. Okay. So we're 12 points clear. Which means that we only need to win probably 5 or 6 games to win this league. Well, so when do we play Cup? So we don't play Cup for a while. We'll come back for the Shakhtar Kruvbas games. I'll play up till then. If we are likely to win the league before that, I'll come back. I don't think we will. But these 2 games might give us an opportunity to win the league. So we'll come back for those games and we'll enjoy that. Until then, guys, sorry about the depressing Europa League situation, but there we go. See you in the next one.